Now, I saw quite a few tutorials online, various other random gaming channels playing it, trying out a few things, and either giving up on it or never really got anything in depth. And that may be for a number of reasons. It could be simply because they lost interest, it could be because they didn't advance far enough within the game to really do anything substantial, or it could be because they simply lost interest in it. Well, I happen to be Neo 31 or Rex 31 within the game. I am number 5 in the world. And instead of, you watching some of those fly-by-night gaming channels, those who try out different games and, give you their opinion or just do a little bit on the game and then move on to something else, I'm going to give you an in-depth tutorial if you are a brand new player. So, first off, what is PlanetCapture? Well, it's a game that starts out mildly interesting. You have a whole bunch of different maps to choose from here. You have anywhere between map number 11 to, well, we're currently on map number 439 here. I can't actually go on map number 438 and 439 because I'm too far ahead in the game. I have too many points. These two are open to brand new users. I forget what the period of time is, but they're open for brand new users for a certain period of time until they open up to the rest of the players in the game. Now, as you can see here, there's two different colors. You have the maps that are in a blue color, the maps that are in a green color, three colors, and one map in particular that's going to be in a yellow color. That map is going to be your home map. Essentially, it's when you started playing the game. The green maps are the maps that you in particular are on. I'm on, quite a few here. And the blue maps are the maps which your alliance members are on if you're in an alliance. If you're not in an alliance, the other colors will show up as this reddish color, like it is down here. Now, to access that menu, you hit the 3 horizontal lines right here. You have a few different, well, first off, this shows you everything that you currently have on the map. You can toggle through your views by selecting all maps. These are just maps with you and your alliance on, or you can choose with maps just, that have just you on it. Just for simplicity's sake, and I like seeing everything that's on here, I leave it open to all maps. You have your help here. Click on help. This opens up a help feature. There's some good things in it. Most of it's just a waste of time. Let's go ahead and close that down here. Next we have titanium. Titanium is essential throughout the entire game. You really, whenever you come to play this, make sure that you can invest money into it, because you simply cannot play this game without it. You cannot do anything without titanium. You'll hear people say that, oh yeah, you can do this, that, and the third without, and you can play for an hour without it, but after that hour, you really can't do anything beyond that. If you really want to end up playing this game, what you have to do is you'll have to invest a lot up front. But in the end, not in the end, but during your time playing it, you can set up your maps and different maps that you get in such ways that you can glean a return back and you won't have to invest nearly as much. From here, you also have your ally tab. It's going to show you who's in your alliance, who's on, and who's not on. I'm the leader of Prometheus, which is the top alliance in the game. Within here, you can promote different individuals to leader, to co-leader. You can kick individuals. You can set minimums, the name of your alliance, the language of your alliance, whether you want to be a democracy or a dictatorship. And you have a log of everything that goes on down here. Of course, logout is self-explanatory. You don't really have to worry about that. Okay, from the ally page, just go ahead and hit that again. You have different options from within the ally page. You can go back to your titanium here. From here you have your battle reports, your resources transfer, your titanium protocol, and your order form. This is, if you want to order titanium, like I said, you really can't play without it. As frustrating as it may be, it's very true. You can't play without it. Titanium protocol, that just gives you a list of what you've done with each and every piece of titanium that you have, so not only you can track it, but so the game moderators can track it as well. Resources transporting. When you get a ton of maps, especially like you see here, I have several dozen maps. You can't always produce your own resources on it, especially when you're starting out, or you may only have a map that produces one particular resource because you need to segment out your resource production. But this is where you transfer different resources from one map to another. You can choose your the map that you want to transport away from. Let's say map 18, and I want to go to map 25, and I can choose whatever I want to transport there. Now, keep in mind, this is not free. Everything within the game costs titanium, and the more you use this within a 24-hour period, the more the cost increases. So bear that in mind. If you're having a battle with somebody, if you are taking a base and you need to transfer resources, this can go up exponentially within a small time period, and you don't even realize it's happened until it's all said and done. That's a deliberate function of the game to, force you to pay more. And here you have your battle report. Now this shows you who has attacked your bases, who has attacked any ships that you had. Going back, however, I've never actually counted to see how far back this goes, but it'll go back to a certain point until it deletes itself and then puts the new stats on. From here you can also show just your base battles if you want to do that. Now these are the bases that you've taken and bases that have been taken from you. You can hit the show more button and you can go back however long it allows you to go back. Like I said, I never really paid attention to that. When you are a brand new player, it's a little bit difficult to get resources. So what they do is they let you perform different tasks or quests to quickly get resources. So you have something within the game to do something with. Now this may seem like a lot now, but once you get later on in the game, this is truly, it's pretty much nothing. Later on in the game, you will end up needing and using hundreds of millions in resources to advance or to build an armada. Just keep that in mind here. Alright, this is a selection tool. This gives you a quick look at everything that you have on a particular map. This is my home map, so this is where I produce whence. Whence are used pretty much just as fodder to take planets when you get later on in the game. But anyhow, I have everything piled right here in this mini map. This is your mini map, the top right hand corner. Green planets are your planets. Blue planets are the ones that belong to your alliance members. Red planets here, those are the ones that are visible to you, and the brown ones here, or the red planets, the ones that are visible to you, they're enemy planets, and these brown planets here, they're also enemy planets, but you have nothing surrounding it that allows you to view said planet. But anyhow, I have a pile of Whence and Carls here. Carls, these ships are used really specifically for taking planets. You're going to need them for anything, any kind of a blue planet with blue guns here. But going back to the previous tab here, going back to the previous tab here, which allows you to choose the different ships you have on the map. You can hit the selection tool. Say you want to select all of one type of ship without having to go in here and click on each thing individually. You can go ahead and do that and move them. Now keep in mind, your fuel goes down as you move your ships. So you're going to need to make sure that you have fuel in order to move these ships, and these are very, very expensive to move, especially in mass. Your ones here are an entirely different class of ship altogether to move. They don't cost much to move, but when you transfer them between maps, they do get expensive, especially when you're attacking a planet. And yes, the game will move other ships out of the way so these can go back into place here. You need to watch that. It may not seem like a lot, but that's actually a lot to take in for a brand new player. After this, I'll put another one out, and we'll go ahead and discuss the different ship types and what their purposes are. So right here you have your planet. When you first get a planet, you know, let's go to a new map here and see if there's any that are up for grabs. That doesn't look like it. It's really a crap shot as to whether or not you'll see them. No, I don't see any. Alright, we'll just go back to the home map here. When you first get a planet, it's not going to have anything on it. You're going to need what is called a conquest ship right here in order to get a new planet. You can't get planets without them unless you're going to a new map, and that's only on the very first planet. Yeah, because I don't have patience here. You'll use this to capture a brand new planet when you don't have any more. This will appear blank and you simply click on it and you'll end up getting the planet. Now when you get the planet, you start off with green guns. Those are the cheapest and ones that are quite honestly the easiest for someone, an enemy so to speak, to take over. So you want to upgrade them from green to red, and from red ultimately to blue. But you also need to keep in mind that it costs titanium to do that, and trust me, this game can get very expensive if you're not careful with how you do this. Some of it is unavoidable, like setting up your planets. I'd say setting up a planet, bare minimum, what you need to keep it, it'll cost you at least 100 to 120 titanium. But I have a few things extra on here. I have a jamming station. What this does is, if you have, depending on which level you use, any ship that you have on here, and the closer to the center you can get it, the better. It will be much more difficult for an enemy ship to come in and see it. We have a sensor phalanx. This sensor phalanx uncovers the fog of war that you see over here. If I didn't have this upgraded to level 2, out to about here, you would see this fog of war. Therefore, you wouldn't be able to see ships that are coming up upon you. And finally, you have here the detection phalanx. This makes it so cloaked enemy ships, particularly, where are they here? This one here, we call it a rainbow. Just because, I don't know where the heck they came up with these names at, but it's just easier to say rainbow, obviously. You got this one that can pass over it. You have the spiel that can pass over it, and you also have a Curie that can pass over it. That detection phalanx makes it so those ships cannot pass over it. It essentially makes a safe space or a safe zone for you to hide ships at. And that's actually exactly what I'm using these 3 planets here for. As you can see, I've got these 3 planets here. I'm going to have to move these now that I'm showing this. But you've got these 3 planets here that I'm using as a sort of a protection zone to keep these ships safe here. Well, that's about it for the most basic of tutorials as far as this game is concerned. If you have any questions, have any comments, just leave me a message down in the comments section and I'll do my best to get back to each and every one of you. I'm going to have a lot more of these coming down the pike here. Everything from basic tutorials to advanced tutorials to coordinated strikes on other players, so stay tuned. This is going to be quite interesting for those of you who are interested in PlanetCapture, and this isn't from an individual with a smaller account. This is from someone, me, who has one of the highest ranked accounts in the entire world. So please like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more to come out. Thank you and take care.